recap version, because right now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave the screen up for this one. But yeah, I have another live camera right now. I need you guys to check out. Everybody, check out my new live stream right now. Let me get the link out for this one. I because we're gonna recap the full card for this whole entire night right here. So let's see here. Entire night right here. So the only boxing we're gonna cover tonight is the only boxing we're gonna cover is the Kambosos. Okay, but we are going to cover all of the UFC tonight. So the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman, wins. Yup, Usman wins. All right, so now they're going to interview Usman right now. Kamaru Usman looks very emotional right now. Let's see what he does. Is he going to retire? What?
Sometimes when you're going up against a young, hungry guy like that, very talented, very aggressive, you got to pull out the skills and use your experience.
He says that you got to pull out the skills and experience when you go out here with these young, tough guys like that.
So I feel good. I just want to say thank you to everybody.
He says he feels good. He wants to thank everybody. You were right. That's right. That's right, my man. That's right. I'm so happy he won. Yup. He said that he expected him to be this tough. He says that he has nothing but love and respect for these guys. Shout out to Usman on the
bringing everything that he brought. I know it's a running joke. Everybody want to get on the internet and talk shit. Oh, his knees. Well, shut the fuck up.
He said, wow, he said everybody want to get on the internet, talk about his knees. He says, well, shut the F up, because he still got it.
You talked about that belt. You talked about even possibly a middleweight belt. I'm pretty sure you just put the rest of this division on notice, my friend. So what would you like next? Well, I could do that to anybody, any one of them. But like I said, I needed to get that monkey off my back. Early on in my career, as I was rolling, once I had that monkey off my back and I knew I was rolling, I was able to open up. And you guys saw those spectacular knockouts. I still got them in there. I got some of the best minds in the game.
He does, man. He does have some of the best minds in the game for sure. Been fun. Thanks, man. Hey, shout outs to you, my man. Hey, tap in to my new live stream right now. I'm going to do a post-fight reaction right now. I'm still going to keep this one up, but if you want to see me in video form, yeah, check out my new live stream right now. It's on right now while I'm leaving this one running. So yeah, very emotional.
Buckley, for bringing the challenge, respect. The rest of the welterweight division, listen, I have been and always will be the fucking boogeyman.
He says, I have been and always will be the effing boogeyman, he says. All right, he's going to have a word with Joaquin Buckley as well. Says it was a former world champion that you fought till the end. He said he's one of the best to do it. Drizzy Goat says Usman still trash. Bilal and Shafkat both beat him. Okay, well that is a possibility for sure.
To believe that Joaquin Buckley can make a run at a welterweight title. He said this weekend.
All right. Well, on the other night's agenda, we also have Kambosos. Done. Yeah, he's done. That's what I'm going to put on the thumbnail right now. I'm literally doing a thumbnail as I am talking to you guys right now, because that's what you have to do to be the best in the business right now. To get up there is be first. And yeah, Drizzy Go says, I don't like Usman. Fair play though. Sounds like he just wrestled a Buck. And you know what, sometimes that's what you have to do with these types of fights, right? When you are fighting certain people, that's what you got to do. You got to get in there, and sometimes yeah, man, sometimes you got to wrestle certain people, because if you don't, well, what's going to happen is that, yeah, you'll get knocked out, right? Just like what happened with Bilal. Look, I think Bilal could have made that JDM fight a lot easier, but the reason why he decided to not make that fight any easier was because he wanted to challenge himself, right? Whatever that means. Who's next for Usman? Well, we're going to talk about that. That's what this whole entire live stream is literally about, is we are going to talk about what is next for Kamaru Usman, okay? And we're going to break down every reality of that subject. So let's see here. Go Usman versus Bilal. They got beef. They do got beef going on, right? That's from what I've heard. So that would probably be a good fight to settle right then and there. So let's see here. Almost done with the thumbnails, guys. So just please excuse me while I get this thumbnail done, and then you should get it on and cracking. So.
Agreed, man. I mean, you had some awesome knockouts, good performances from all of these guys, and some pretty crazy fights, let me tell you. Yeah, and the main event was vintage Kamaru Usman. This guy hasn't fought in 602 days. Back in 2023, his last fight took that one on short notice against Hamzat. Wanted to get back in the win column. It's been a minute for the Nigerian Nightmare.
All right, so here we go. Here we go. Okay, I would pick Bilal to smash Usman. You know what? At this point, that would be a very good matchup, right? Because they are both very similar to each other. So, oops.
Not allow Buckley to get his shoulders flat to the cage fence so he could wall walk up, and he would see him. He would just systematically break Buckley down.
Okay, so hold on, me just look for.
Jiu-jitsu, although we're not talking big bar passes, we're not talking submission attempts, we're not talking high flying type of things, but it's the fundamentals. He was fundamentally sound on the ground the entire time. He didn't rush anything. He didn't get outside of himself through those first 4 rounds. And in the 5th round,
yeah, that's good. We'll just go with that one. Okay. Okay, we'll go with that one. And then we will put the thumbnail up for this one. And then we're going to get it going right here. Okay, so there it is. There it is. So now we got, yes, here we go. Okay, so first, all right, so let's go with the full card analysis right now. okay, for Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. Okay, we're gonna go through the whole entire fight night, the whole entire card, the whole entire uh, fight for the night. So we're gonna go from there. Okay. Now hold on just a second here. Okay. So 11 minutes full card breakdown of
kind of just horsepowered his way through him. And then as a wrestler, you know your spots you can rest. So he stayed on top. You could see him take a couple deep breaths. He'd slowly start to work. And he slowed that fight down to a pace that he could have done those kind of exchanges all night. He could do that for an hour if he had to. Of course, I'm not out there, but it seemed like Buckley kind of set to those positions on the bottom of it as the fight goes on. Of course, he's using a lot of energy to work himself back up, and when he gets back up,
okay, so let's go right now. All right, guys. So, oh wait, 12 minutes. Let's get to the 12-minute mark on this one. Okay, so in 30 seconds, we will do the full card breakdown for UFC Atlanta. Okay, so obviously we just talked briefly about the main event. The main event I had predicted right down to the T. I told you that it was going to be a rinse and repeat cycle for Kamaru Usman, right? Just like what Big Ink MMA here says, right? He said that I was right because guess what? That's exactly how I saw this fight happening, and that's exactly what happened in the process. So now, Joaquin Buckley, I knew for a fact had problems with his wrestling. Okay, and as a result of the problems that he has with his wrestling, guess what? Kamaru Usman was able to take advantage. Okay, Kamaru Usman took advantage of the fact that, hey, you know what? This guy does not have good wrestling, so I'm going to go and take it. Matua says, give Kamaru Usman a title shot or Brady. You know what? Sean Brady would be a very good fight for him. Kamaru Usman jumps the line in front of Shafkat. After a performance like that, I think so, right? Even though it was not a finish, even though Shafkat is more of a finisher, you're absolutely right. Skills pays the bills by the end of the day, and that's really all that matters. And speaking of skills, man, he put it on for the night. He definitely put it on for the night, guys. He showed that he was the Kamaru Usman of old. So that's why when he said, hey, you know what? I was, the boogeyman. Don't you ever forget it. Watch Clown Show says 170 is crazy for real. Now, how crazy would it be if, let's say, Khamzat wins 185 and decides to jump down to 170? Is that a possibility? Maybe. Maybe that's a possibility. But one never knows, right? Rhett Knows MMA says, I'm happy for Malcolm Wellmaker. We are family friends with him, and he is such a nice guy. He got a nasty KO. Hey, Rhett Knows MMA, can you do me a favor? Can you tell Malcolm Wellmaker that I predicted his fight to happen exactly as how it did, right? I knew that he was going to get a first-round knockout. I knew it. I don't know why. I just felt like he knew it. And I have receipts on it right here on this live stream, or at least in the other live stream that's still ongoing right now. I have 2 live streams going on in my channel right now. So I didn't even know that was possible. I guess if you got, multiple, devices, I guess that's possible. But yeah, man, let him know that I predicted his fight down to the T. Riding Easy with JJ says, yeah, I called it. Brady Usman would be a good fight and a wrestling match. Well, here's the thing, right? That may not be a wrestling match, right? The reason why that may not be a wrestling match is because it may cancel each other out. Look at the Colby Covington and the Kamaru Usman fight. How exactly did that fight play out? Well, how that fight played out was that he decided, hey, you know what? We're going to go bang it out on the feet, and that's exactly what they did. But Kamaru Usman got the better of those exchanges. So what kind of telescope do you have? I don't really know. It was a gift, so yeah, I'm not really, well versed on that. Oh, okay. I'll try to make sure to tell him next time I see him because I'm sure he has a lot going on right now. Yeah, for real. He definitely does, man. And let him know about my channel as well. Hey, you know what? Maybe I could get an interview with him if that's possible. But yeah, man, that would be great nonetheless. Earlier on tonight, I had Idris Wasi from Bare Knuckle FC come in here and talk about his teammates win, Philip Rowe. So I got quite a few, high profile people, I guess, or people that are in the game that, that I can interview. But yeah, man, Malcolm Wellmaker, man, I'm excited for him. I think he's going to be a big star for the 135 division. That's going to be fun nonetheless to see his future trajectory as it goes on. So, yeah, man. So what is next for Joaquin Buckley? Well, unfortunately, I would have loved to see him fight Ian Gary, right? There's animosity and beef going on there, and anytime there's beef and animosity, you always have something that you can build off of on that, right? Uh, but I think the only time we'll ever see an Ian Gary versus Buckley match is if Ian Gary goes on a losing streak. Buckley versus Leon. I like that, Matua. I like that. Now you're thinking. I like that. I like that right there. Buckley versus Carlos Prates. Even better. Even better. Those are even, you know, uh, next call fights for them right now. But yeah, obviously Tuesday is every week where they start to match make. So that would be interesting to say the least. So what else here? Mm. Yeah, man. Okay, now moving on to the co-main event. We'll go up and down, right? So Rose right now is being interviewed. She nearly got caught with that. By the way, another fight that I predicted correctly, by the way, right? I predicted Rose correctly. I predicted Usman correctly. And Wellmaker, I predicted right down to the T. Matua, I do not want to see Buckley improve his defense wrestling, so I want to see him against another wrestler soon. If you see him with a wrestler, you're going to see a bang out fight, right? They are going to bang out. Like, they're not going to wrestle each other. They're going to try to cancel each other out, and that's just what they're going to do. Ross versus Miranda was a fight of the night. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So Rose, the footwork ultimately is what won Rose the fight. Okay, she won that fight because of her footwork, and that was that. It was the footwork. Matua says I selected Buckley and Miranda to win, but I love the Rose fight for sure, for sure. So you sort of picked the opposite of what I picked, and well, as a result, yeah, I got the 2 victories on that one tonight. Drizzy Goat says Snoozman has a hidden podcast. Has a hidden podcast? Snoozman has a hidden podcast. I don't understand what you mean by that. Your take on Topuria versus Charles on Hong says, man, you know what? I think that's going to be a much tougher fight for Ilya Topuria than what people would like to believe, right? There's a size difference. Ilya Topuria has never really fought at 155. Sure, he can be very strong at 155, but it doesn't mean that he can't be a problem for Ilya Topuria. I think that Ilya Topuria is going to have to really pull out his stamina on this one in order to win. Drizzy Goat says Bilal embarrassed him on his own podcast, didn't release it. Salty Marty. Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. Okay, that's why I was like, you know what? I never seen that. I never seen that podcast. But yeah, Drizzy Goat says Ilya knocks out Du Bronx cold in round 1. Wow. Okay, that's quite a bold prediction. Bilal will beat Snoozman. I can see that. I can see that. You know what? They both have very similar styles, but Kamaru Usman is the more injured one compared to the two. So I think Bilal Muhammad could probably apply his skills a whole lot more effective than, let's say, Usman. The Rose Namajunas fight. Okay, 39 total strikes. I don't get it. 39% versus 48. 29 versus 33, but Rose got most of the takedowns, so she had most of the significant strikes where she hurt her the most, so that has to be worth something, right? So there was a submission attempt by Miranda Maverick. That didn't go through. But how about the Edmund Shabazian and the Andre Petroski fight? Now, not a lot of takedowns in this fight, at least not on the part of Edmund Shabazian. Andre Petroski got 2 takedowns in this whole entire fight. Now, the striking percentage between them was very close, right? We're talking about, look, this is how close we're talking about, okay? We're talking that close. But by the end of the day, the range distance management of Edmund Shabazian is what won him this fight. Drizzy Goat says, Francis Ngannou needs to come back to the UFC and fight Tom, bro. That's a mega fight. Soy Boy Jones can't vacate. Well, I tell you what. If I were Tom, I would lobby for that fight. You want to know why? Think about this. If I was Tom, I would say, I want the real heavyweight champion. This guy, John Jones, he's just a light heavyweight trying to win a title, which he did in the heavyweight division. And now that you got your participation trophy, get on out of here and then bring the real champ so that I could build my legacy even higher. So you know what? Tom Aspinall does not need John Jones, but if Tom Aspinall really wants to be respected by the hardcores, he needs Francis Ngannou. Okay, so the Philip Rowe fight was a fight of the night, a must-win comeback KO and losing his teeth. Yo, okay, that right there is absolutely the fight of the night, right? He lost his teeth out of his mouthpiece, right? You saw it. Oh my God, man, it was horrible. But you know what? Just like that interview that I showed you with Eugene Correa, you know, I got my teeth knocked out too. You see this part right here was chipped. You could see it later on, obviously. You know what I mean? You would probably see that in my other live stream, which is still ongoing right now. I got 2 live streams going on right now. So, yeah, unlike Kamaru Usman, there is no hidden podcast for me there. So, you know what I mean? This is, this is an all-out podcast. Jones being a diva would not give Tom the fight. It's the heavyweight division. Fight the best. Jones got exposed for real, LOL. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Yep. Let's see. So what else was in the fight night? Okay, so Andre Petroski and Edmund Shabazian, we went over that. The Cody Garbrandt fight. Oh, man. Listen, yeah, the striking percentage was on the favor of Barcelos. He had that 1 takedown. They both were going for takedown. I mean, 7 attempts for Cody, 11 for Barcelos. He gets 1. But the striking percentage was on his side. He won this fight nonetheless. These are the striking percentages we're looking at right now with Cody Garbrandt and Barcelos. Okay, so the next fight coming up after that, Mansour Abdelmalik versus Cody Brundage. 3rd round decision. Was this a 3rd round decision or was this a stoppage? No, this was a stoppage. They had a stoppage on this one. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Okay, there was a headbutt clash as the finish was going on. Very controversial, to say the least. He did hit him in the body, but the referee didn't see it. Shout out to Mansour Abdelmalik for this win. Remains undefeated, 9-0 after this. And Alonzo Menfield. Now, how about this, right? This fight right here, I was very shocked by. I did not think Alonzo Menfield won this fight. You want to know why? Well, looking at the stats, they're kind of evenly close, right? But Omar did have the ground control time. And you know what? We're just in a new, different era of mixed martial arts right now, right? Ground control time is not always indicative of a winning fight, and at least not in the eyes of the judges. Bag of Bones MMA, the head clash and the up kick were weird in this card. Yeah, man, that was very weird. That was absolutely very weird for sure. The up kick, yeah, that was strange. That was strange. But okay, moving on from the main card, let's get to the prelims. Obviously, the Paul Craig fight that was considered a no contest, right? From the up kick, he got hit, and all of a sudden he couldn't get up, and then that was that, right? So they just considered a no contest, and that's the appropriate way to do it. I think these guys can fill up a card somewhere down the line, maybe get a card somewhere in an upcoming pay-per-view. That's always a possibility, but again, I think Rodolfo has to have some sort of recoveries here. Prior to that, the striking on Paul Craig was amazing, right? He looked really good on the striking here, right? But just like most Paul Craig fights, he felt too comfortable being on his back, and that's kind of the reason why there was an up kick, because he liked spending time on his back, and that was that. Michael Chiesa gets a decision win over Court McGee. Michael Chiesa was very high on the striking percentage on this one. No takedowns from both of them. Obviously, both consummate grapplers. That's just what you get. Performance awards, right? You get Ochoa, Jose Ochoa with the performance awards. Performance awards for Malcolm Wellmaker, right? Fight of the night, Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. It's kind of interesting how that's fight of the night. If anything, Philip Rowe was fight of the night, right? They should have gotten a bonus for that one. Kamaru Usman just had a domination, easy win victory towards him, right? Like, look, here's the thing. I don't think you should really give a fight of the night to somebody that's so dominant like that, right? If it's a back and forth fight, that's where you really get fight of the night. And Philip Rowe, yeah, we're going to get to Philip Rowe in a second, but Malcolm Wellmaker, right? I predicted he was going to be a first-round knockout. He came in here guns blazing, and he got the knockout as a result of that. Retino's MMA. For Malcolm Wellmaker, I was thinking he should maybe face Adrian Yanez. Okay, I think that would be a good matchup. You know what, Ret? I'm going to say something very radical right now, okay? Malcolm Wellmaker versus Sean O'Malley. Let's go. Let's go. He deserves it right now. He deserves the Sean O'Malley fight. What do you think about that, Retino's MMA? What do you think? What do you think if I told him, hey, bro, listen, you're undefeated. Sean O'Malley probably had 1 or 2 losses, right? Maybe 3 now. I think you should fight Sean O'Malley. You deserve it. You deserve the... Look, here's what it is, right? Malcolm Wellmaker, real black guy versus fake black guy. Think about it. That's how we're going to market this. Because, you know, everybody loves the whole racial element of fighting, right? Well, you got a guy who... I mean, some can argue is a cultural appropriator in Sean O'Malley, right? I mean, those are not my opinion, right? These would be the opinion of many FBAs or many, you know, black liberation people and whatnot. That's how they would view Sean O'Malley. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of the world. Malcolm Wellmaker comes from literally the most black city in America, which is Atlanta. By the way, you know what I said about Malcolm Wellmaker earlier in the night, right? Huge is what I meant. Yeah, I should tell him that he's probably left, but honestly, he deserves it. And if he really went for it, it would be huge. Yeah, man. Real black guy versus fake black guy. Come on now. Come on now. Tell him I said that. Please tell him I said that. He would get a kick out of that. Look, Malcolm Wellmaker, I'm surprised he's from Atlanta, though. You know, when I first saw Malcolm Wellmaker, I thought he was from Long Beach or Stockton, California. You want to know why? Because I got some homies from Stockton and Long Beach, California. And the one thing that I notice about Stockton and Long Beach is that it is a black and Asian town. And oftentimes these two towns, Asian gangs and black gangs, are like this, right? So Malcolm Wellmaker looks like he's half black and Asian, which is why I thought he was, you know, from Long Beach or Stockton. But he's not. He's from, okay, so he's African and Asian descent. See, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of half Asian and half African American. When you say African, you mean like race, or you mean like nationality, as he has like real family from Africa? Or do you mean African American? Because obviously there's there's a difference. But yeah, man, I thought Malcolm Wellmaker, yeah, he would fit right in Long Beach for sure. Now, how about that up kick with Rodolfo, right? He tried to get up, and all of a sudden, like he was trying to wrestle with the referee, or he was like trying to ankle pick the referee, and then it was like, what's going on here? But yeah, man, I like Malcolm Wellmaker. Uh, is it realistic that the UFC would give him Sean O'Malley? Probably not, but maybe on the basis if, let's say, there was short notice or somebody fell out, that would be a possibility. Or if Sean O'Malley decides to walk in a fight on a short notice, maybe. Rhett Knows MMA says, oh yeah, that was really weird. Belalto was twitching out like that. Yeah, man, that's what happens with the brain. Your brain gets hit like that. It's yeah, you're going to you're gonna feel discombobulated and all that, all types of things and all that. So yeah. Paul Craig and Bellagio. Yeah, they need to run that back, right? Like they need to run that back. Like if they recover fast enough to where there's no serious injuries. I know Rodolfo got rocked, but maybe if he doesn't suffer any serious injuries from that, he can come right back and get in there. But one never knows. One never knows. So all right. So yeah, Malcolm Wellmaker, we covered that right now. Michael Chiesa and Court McGee, we just covered that. Now Cody Durden and Ochoa. So this guy got a performance of the night, obviously with the 11-second knockout that he had in the second round. I mean, wow, man, he put Cody Durden's lights out. Rhett Knows MMA. I think we're gonna give Malcolm a call tomorrow. I think we're going to give Malcolm a call tomorrow. Yeah, man, please, man. And let him know, man, and let him know about my channel because, bro, I doubt there's any MMA content creator out there that predicted Malcolm Wellmaker was going to get a first-round knockout. I did, right? So you tell your boy I believed in him. I knew that he was going to get a first-round knockout. He probably didn't know that he was going to get a first-round knockout, but I did. I probably knew before he did that he was going to get a first-round knockout, and he's the one who, was in the fight. Riding Easy with JJ says, okay, nice work. Enjoyed your show. Keep up the good work. All around the world MMA show. All around the world MMA show, man. Shout out to you, Riding Easy with JJ. Yeah, man. I just met Riding Easy with JJ tonight, and believe it or not, we ran across each other in real life and didn't even know it, right? So that's what's crazy about this, man. I love MMA, bro. I love the MMA community. I love the MMA community that we have out here in Sacramento, and this is what I'm planning to do with this channel. Look, Sacramento is a big MMA town, okay? And I want to show that to the world. I want to expose that to the world. Sure, everybody knows about Team Alpha Male. They know about MMA Gold with Max Payne Griffin and Fluffy Hernandez and all those guys. But there's not really a top MMA streamer from Sacramento. We got a lot of good fighters, right? But we don't have a lot of MMA streamers. London has a lot of MMA streamers, obviously, with the likes of MMA Guru leading the charge. Other parts of the United States have MMA channels as well. But you know what? I want to put it down for Sacramento. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Riding Easy with JJ. Hope to see you around town, my man. I know you're a Sacramento guy. And please, safe ride to you and your family from Tahoe, wherever you are driving to and from. So, all right, that is the Jose Ochoa and the Cody Durden fight. He obviously got a performance of the award tonight. Ricky Simone gets a 5-round decision over Cameron Smotherman. Now, as I was saying earlier in the night, I was saying that, man, Ricky Simon's last name should be Smotherman because he was smothering the smothered man. And the wrestling won him this fight. 3 out of 10 takedowns. Constant ground control time. Cameron Smotherman was trying to come strong at the end of the round, but, a little too late, a little too Johnny come lately, and that was that. Philip Rowe was getting dominated on the wrestling by Ange Lusa. Finally, in the third and final round, what happens? He goes and clinches him up with a clinch, hits him with the knee, 1-2 shot, and the next thing you know, Andrew Lusa is out of there, and Philip Rowe gets the win. And then right after that fight, I go call the training partner of Philip Rowe, a homie of mine, Idris Wasi, who's a bare knuckle FC fighter, and then we talk about, well, what is it like to train with Philip Rowe or this and that. We talked briefly. Obviously, he wanted to concentrate on the fights, wanted to watch it, but I wanted to get him in there. You guys can check that out in the live stream, which, by the way, I'm going to have on the timestamps. So you're going to see the timestamps for the live stream that I did. You'll see it right there. Yeah, where we talk about Philip Rowe. And then earlier in the night, Jamie Lynn Hort taking on Vanessa Demopoulos. Obviously, Jamie Lynn Hort using her height advantage, right? The significant strike, 62% on her side, very high. And then 33% on the part of Vanessa Demopoulos. That was that. So, yeah, man. So that's all that we have for all of tonight's fights. And, yeah, man, Rhett knows MMA. You're representing Sacramento. That's right, my man. That's right. Usman says something wrong in the house. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, shout outs to Asuma and everybody around the world. So, okay, that right there is the coverage for UFC and all the breakdowns of the entire fight, the main event, the co-main event, and everything in between. Now let's get to the boxing side of things, right? So for all my boxing guys out there, yeah, for sure you're going to enjoy this one. How about Kambosos? Oh, Clown says Buckley versus Geoff Neal next. I like that fight. I like that fight. That would be a good fight, right? I think that would be the suitable fight for him to take, obviously, after a performance like that. But yeah, man, more to come on the days on out on how we're gonna match make these guys. So on any event, let's see here. Okay, Kambosos. Let's take a look at what some people have said. Now, it was shocking, right? Many people didn't think that Kambosos was going to lose like that, but by the end of the day, that's what it is. That's just what happens. And yeah, man, I got to go. Love this stream. I'll try to tell Malcolm about your idea. Yeah, man, for real, man. Shout out to Rhett MMA. And Rhett MMA, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also hit the notification button so that you can be notified every time I am on. And yeah, man, I'm always welcome to network with other fighters and their camp and things of that nature. So yeah, yeah, man, that would be great. That would be great, man. And yeah, Malcolm Wellmaker is now one of my favorite 135ers. So can't wait to see him fight again. And he's half black and Asian. So you know what? I got a lot of homies that are half black and Asian. I got a lot of Asian homies, a lot of black homies. So he's my kind of guy. So, big ups to Malcolm Wellmaker on that one, man. And, he looks like a cool guy that I would vibe along well with. So, yeah, man, that would be great. That would be a great relationship to have as, a fighter and journalist or content creator and whatnot, right? So, kind of networking out there and whatnot. So, all right. So, Kambosos losing tonight, right? Now, is anyone surprised by this? Hitchins is really good. He's really, really good. Let's take a look at some of the... okay, there's Bill Haney right now. He's got a reaction to this. Let's hear what Bill Haney has to say on this one. All right, so first off, for the original stream that I had going on, I'm going to cut that one off right now. I'm going to say goodbye on this one, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All those that are watching this right now where you're seeing my face, I'm still going to keep on going. The next live stream I'm going to cut off right now. So with that in mind, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe on that one. And I will see you guys in the next one, inshallah. But this one, I'm going to keep on going. So let me get the outro for this one. Rich Trapper. By the way, check out this outro right here, right? I'm going to show you guys this little outro right here. If you want promotions, news, and everything that deals with MMA. Shout outs to Kyrie of El-Kheer MMA, Sacramento, California represent.
That's right, Kyrie. I appreciate you, my nigga. You came in here and you was talking that shit. That's right, bro. Much love. So I appreciate you for always tapping in, bro. Be safe out there. Man, my nigga Kyrie. My man Kyrie came through. He started talking that shit. Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That nigga will whoop your fucking ass. You would think that nigga's all squared up and all that type of shit. Nigga come through and beat your fucking ass. Like.
So a little backstory on that guy. That guy, Rich Trapper, he's in the trenches right now, like literally covering the LA riots, right? So be sure to check out his network, Trap News Network by Rich Trapper on YouTube. And that is, yeah, man, he's shouted me out. He's also an MMA guy, rolling 60 Crip from, you know, South Central LA. So, yeah, man, you know, real interesting fella nonetheless. But all right, let's get to the Kambosos fight, right? Because obviously that's what we are here for. Obviously, we're going to cover that one as well. Let's see here for a second. Okay, so let's hear what Bill Haney had to say about this particular fight right here.
Cost of the oil industry's lies after the worst climate.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do, right?
Yeah, that's it, man. So he's gonna fight Devin? He's gonna fight Devin now?
Listen, he got hit with hell of shit, though.
But he's
My
gonna-
George. And it was a good fight, man. I enjoyed it.
Devin, but if Devin is next, will Devin entertain it now?
He is not trying to see Devin for that. He made the honor. I told him he made the honorable mention. You hear me?
Hey, Bill, you said if he looks good, though, he might be able to. Yeah.
He might be able to make the list, right?
Did he make it?
Listen, it's close. It looked good. Congratulations to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's still Devin Haney versus everybody. Listen, and let me tell you, shout out to George Kambosos and their team because he put up a hell of a fight. And he showed that, you know, he's definitely not Devin Haney. We see that Hitchins is not Devin Haney because he got hit a whole fucking lot. He got hit a whole fucking lot. But he got hit a whole fucking lot. That's what he got hit. And listen, and let me tell you this: if we don't want to get hit, we don't get hit. Period.
Hey, Bill.
That's it. Thank you, Bill. Yeah. Fuck that.
Listen, a little bit of a weird thing to say, right? He said, hey, if we don't want to get hit, we're not going to get hit. What exactly does he mean by that, right? I mean, we've seen Devin Haney get hit a lot of times, a whole lot of times, right? But, man, it was an 8th round stoppage, a body shot that he took him down with. So what's next for Kambosos? Let's see what Kambosos had to say after.
Everybody. Yeah, absolutely. What round was it that he stopped at? 8th. All right, infinite. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. Unification. Here we go.
Well done, brother.
Well done, brother. Is Richard Hitchins the fight you want to do that? I don't know. Let me hear New York. Y'all want to see that fight? All right, man. I'm all about the people. Let's go, baby. Appreciate it. Any last word to you? Richard did say it's for you. Hey, I just want to say.
All right, so yeah, not much words for Kambosos on that one. All right, let's take a look at the let's see, the oh, Richard calls out Devin Haney. Okay, so Hitchins calls out Devin Haney after that one. So let's check this one out right here.
For a video, you want to just real quick do one more? Maybe move it a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Let me get a picture.
Awesome. Congrats, bro.
Timmy. Can I get a picture with him? Timmy. And Lenny, all y'all niggas hop in. Lenny, let me get a flick. Let me get a flick. Lenny, Scooter, hop in. Let me get a quick flick. Let me get a quick flick. What tonight? No. Who got my phone? All right. Hard work pays, nigga. Hard work pays. Watching on live boxing pays, nigga.
How you feel, Africa?
You got the blueprint, nigga.
Tell them what you do on day.
Hey.
So obviously we heard you after the fight, bro. 24 rounds. Wasn't the same. You know, you did something. No, Devin Haney spent 24 rounds in order to see that's why I interview you fight, dog. That's why I interview you fight. Nah, but listen though. We seen the statement, right? Devin Haney was in the ring. He wasn't able to do the same thing with the same opponent, and that's something that was fresh on your mind after the fight. Just talk to us about why. It's KG with fight.
They gonna say George is washed up. You know, George already trying to take away credit for me, trying to say he's been in too many wars, this, that, but he was just a few days ago saying, I'm nowhere near on the level of this, that guy, or whatever. So, it is what it is. I've been telling the world before, I'm on a whole different level. I'm no Devin Haney, I'm no Teofimo Lopez. If you know boxing, you would know that, but you know how the world is, they gotta see it, believe it.
You know, so that's really what it is, right? A whole lot of excuses that Kambosos is making. But is it really, though? I mean, look, man, wars are wars. Look, they are going to take a toll on you regardless. That's just really what it is. That's just really what it is by the end of the day. Richard Hitchins looks like he's going to call out Devin Haney. That would be a great fight. Now, as for Kambosos, what is it that he needs to do? Maybe he can go and fight... I don't know, man. I don't know who Kambosos needs to fight. He needs to go fight a journeyman and go out on top the way that Prince Nassim did after the Barrera fight. That's what I think he needs to do. I think that there is a limit to your body. There is a limit to your performance at a certain age. And how old is Kambosos right now? How old is Kambosos right now? Let's see. So Kambosos is... boxer. He is 1993, so 32 years old. He's still relatively young, but even for as young as he is, he's been through a lot of wars, and yeah, that ultimately is going to take a toll on him to a certain degree. So, yeah, man. All right, we'll go for about another 13 minutes or so. And then we'll go from here. Let's see what they have going on in the in the press conference right now. Let's see if there's anybody that's talking in a press conference that's worthwhile to listen to right now. Okay, so there's a press conference for UFC right now. Let's check this out. Okay, so Kamaru Usman just walked down right now. What is this? Hold on.
You know, you were counted out.
Okay, so Kamaru Usman's about to walk in right now. Let's hear what Kamaru Usman has to say.
What's up, guys? Come on, man. First of all, congratulations. That was a fantastic performance. You know, you were counted out by a lot of people heading into this fight, but did you know that's how the fight would look going into it?
No. No, I didn't. I just had to get back in the lab, sharpen all my tools. I know it's been a while. And after the last one, going up against a young, strong, hungry guy, one of the most, just kind of dangerous and terrifying guys. And I was dealing with some things going into that one, but I took the fight on short notice. And because of that fight, it's almost like they forgot I could fucking wrestle. And they got dismissive, and a little borderline disrespectful. But I just had to pull out the skill and just let them know, hey, respect every aspect of my game. every aspect.
It was impressive, and I think people did count you out. And I think if you look back at those losses, it's a little unfair to do so, right? Nice go over them, but the Leon fight, you're winning into the last second. The second fight is very close, and then the Hamzat fight, you took that on the circumstances you did. You appear to be quite emotional tonight as well. I don't want to get into your personal life, but is part of that emotion coming from the relief that you were able to pull off a performance like this and remind people just how great you are at this sport?
Kamaru Usman right now is sort of taking a bit of a prayer right now, or just kind of holding his head down, like very emotional, looking like he's about to cry. Yeah, Kamaru Usman's very emotional right now.
I swear, because I'm a fucking girl dad. Damn it. This one, it's hard. I mean, it's been a while since, not just with getting back in here, but obviously getting in the win column. I battled a lot of things just to get here. Just repairing my body, just physically, personally.
Yeah, he definitely did have a lot of injuries going into this fight, so
fight a lot of demons just to get back in here, but yeah, a lot that I had to go through, but thankfully I'm blessed with a great team, great support system, great family, and I'm back here. So I just want to, recognize them. I want to recognize my family, my mom, dad, brothers.
That's
sister,
good.
T-Baby, Sammy, Lulu, Zena, baby, I love you guys. My coaches, Henry, Trevor, George, Ben, teammates, Justin, Archie, all these guys.
Just thanking everybody right now.
Guys down there at Kill Cliff. I love and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Whether you knew it or not, they played a big, big factor in this tonight. So I just want to say I'm thankful. But yeah, I guess, like I said, I'm a girl dad now, so I get a little emotional nowadays. But let's get back to business. No, guys get dismissive. Like, what are we doing here? Don't forget I can wrestle. I've always been able to wrestle. I battled a lot of things in that Hamzat fight, but I'm back now. So, respect every aspect of my game, then we can get back to throwing hands.
Last one on the emotions, because I don't have to keep going over it, but was fighting tonight, and not necessarily winning, but fighting tonight and winning something you had to do to be able to finish the battle that you were going through, or is that something that you're just going to have to face each time you go into?
Well, the battle's never done. I mean, it's never done. It's a mountain that you have to climb each and every time you get back in there. It's difficult to get in there. I know people watch at home and they just kind of talk shit about fighters. Oh, this fighter's bad, this fighter's this fighter. But it takes a lot to get in there. You have to respect each and every fighter who's willing to put their life on the line.
That's true.
But each and every time you get in here, you're going to battle that. But that's what I'm used to doing. Champions aren't just, you don't just wake up a champion. You got to build yourself into being a champion. Like I said, I have a great support system, so,
and he's right about that, man. Listen, you don't become a champion overnight, and a lot of people don't understand the work that comes with that.
And you just look at that as maybe he's trying anything because he's not sure how to get up, or what are you feeling when he's talking?
I don't give a shit. He talked all week, but, he's very talented, he's strong, and, that's what he does to get himself in a fight, and it works for him. But that doesn't do anything for me. I'm in there to take care of business. When I'm in the gyms, me and my coaches, we work, and it shows in there. I don't need to pay attention to all the distractions, whether he's talking or not, but hey, I just take care of business.
2 more quick ones from me. having Big Francis around this fight week, obviously everyone knows the context of his appearance at a UFC event these days. Was it still nice that the promotion was okay with that and he was allowed to be here?
I mean, why not? I mean, France, he came to a sporting event to support his
Yo, so Francis Ngannou was at the UFC event. Ooh, I may have to do a video on that.
Francis has a very special journey, special life that he's lived. And if anyone can't respect that, I mean, sorry for you, but self-made man, just like I am. So, you know, you just have to respect it. But it was special for him to be here. Just like, you know, me going to support him. He supports me, just like Justin and all these guys. So I'm thankful. I have a beautiful support system, and I'm grateful for that.
And the last one for me, obviously, performance was amazing tonight. Still one of the best in the world, one of the best to ever do it. But I do feel we're at a stage now where we should be appreciating the few appearances you might have left in your career. So with that said, title shot would appear to be the thing on your mind next, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, I only had to really use one skill tonight. And
yeah, Kamaru Usman, I think he deserves a title shot for that one. I wouldn't be mad at that.
But if you're gonna give me that, I'm gonna take it. You know, so you know, let's be honest, I'm the biggest in the division. You know, and this is about entertainment. The UFC is an entertainment company. You want to make the biggest fight, it's gonna be the winner of JDM and Islam. You know, if Islam pulls that one out, former pound for pound, current pound for pound, who doesn't pay for that?
Congratulations, man. It's a really impressive performance.
Appreciate it.
Kamaru, so just going on that, you feel like basically tonight you got yourself a title shot, you get yourself the winner of JDM Islam?
I mean, you don't feel like that. Who else?
You're the biggest name, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you haven't fought since 2023, right? It's been a while, and throughout that process, you know, we've seen Gilbert Burns kind of fade out of the title contention, as well as Colby, you know, Jorge Masvidal a while ago, Stephen Thompson, like all the guys of your generation, right? As you're watching that, do thoughts come up like, you know, am I still one of the world's best as you kind of watch the generational change of the division?
No, I mean, shouts out to each and every one of those guys. You know, like I said, respect to everyone who's willing to get in here each and every time. But I'm different. I've been different. That's why I was who I was in the division. I'm different. Just because you didn't see me out for 2 years, I was taking a little sabbatical. That doesn't mean I wasn't working.
That's a good point, man. Just because he was out there for that long, it doesn't mean that he wasn't out working on himself, getting better. So,
but, hey, I still possess what it takes to be the best in this division. And so, you know, it's only up from here.
Yeah. And something that I noticed in your performance is you were mean in there. Like, you were landing shots, and it just, you know, you wanted it, and it felt like your spirit was very much there in terms of, like, wanting to cause damage and wanting to make a statement. Did you enter this fight with a chip on your shoulder? Did you feel like you were being underestimated?
Like I said, you know, it's like a monkey on your back. You know, obviously, everyone's going, oh, you're over 3 and this and that, and can you still do it? You're older, you're this, you're that. It is what it is. As long as I continue to put the work in, like I said, I have an excellent support system. Hey, I just have to go in there and do what I do. Have you ever known me to not be me in there? No. I go in there and I take care of business, and I did that tonight.
Yeah. And you mentioned, like, reconstructing and building back your body and this time off. How did you feel physically in there? And in this stage of your career, is it safe to say that you're feeling better than you did when you were defending the belt?
It's never safe to say that. Let's not lie here. You know, but it's like riding a bike. You know, and then I started pedaling, and I realized I could go fast.
Yeah. All right, well, congrats on the win, Jeff.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, congrats. You maybe already touched on this a little bit, but I just kind of want to clarify. Outside of the meanness, like, there was some chippiness. At the end of round 1, you're staring Buckley down as you're getting up. Kind of something similar at the end of round 2. Was that to do with Buckley or more to do with the aforementioned monkey on your back?
I mean, you gotta, it's a little bit of both. You know, sometimes little brother's gonna talk trash to your brother because little brother's gonna feel kind of big for his britches, and then, you know, sometimes you gotta remind him a little bit. Buckley's very, very talented, strong, hungry, young, and he's still gonna have success. A lot of interesting and exciting matchups for him in this division, but, you know, you kind of have to go out there and show him a little bit.
Fair enough. In the 5th round, you dominated that fight.
X-Stacks asked, do I like fish chips? Why not?
Were you hurt at all in the 5th round?
It's cool.
Near the end, just kind of wanted to see how you were handling that.
No, I wasn't hurt, but, you know, when someone is going for broke and they're just kind of swinging, you know, the point of the game is to be able to control. I wanted to stay under control, and so it could kind of look a little sloppy trying to control a guy to swing while trying to get you out of there. So, you know, that's kind of all it was. You know, my coaches didn't want me to make any mistakes, and you know, when you're in there, sometimes you make mistakes. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna look at it, but you know, just only up from here.
And I have to ask you, I think I know what you're going to say, but Bilal Muhammad quickly tweeted, see you soon. I know your eyes are on a title fight, but if the UFC comes to you, that's also a pretty big fight, former champ, a lot of backstory. Is that something you would entertain if the UFC came to you about it? Who was it? Bilal Muhammad.
Who was it?
Former welterweight champion Bilal Muhammad.
Next. I forgot it. Next, thanks, champ. Thank you.
Come on. Congrats on your win.
Oh, wow. He dissed Bilal Muhammad right there. When he asked about Bilal Muhammad, he's like, who? What? Oh, I forgot the name. Next.
Given the long way off and the way you look tonight, a lot of people seem impressed. They have counted you out in the past, and you just had an amazing performance. Given the loss against Hamza was a very competitive fight, a lot of people
You want high performance, long lasting, affordable. Want Harbor Freight Tools.
At any point, did you consider a permanent move to that division?
I mean, it only makes sense to fight for that title if it wasn't for that title. Obviously, I wasn't wanting Hamza when he was lurking around the welterweight division, but that fight only makes sense to step in. And then, like I said, I love this company, and I wanted to help out. So I stepped in. Of course, no one was willing to step in and take that fight then, so I stepped in and helped out. Obviously, I wanted the playing field to be leveled. He was already a big middleweight, had I had time to grow into that and given the appropriate time to work with my team and build into that fight. I think it could have been a little different, but respect to Hamza. He's very, very tough, very, very talented, and I'm anxious to see what he does for that title. But no, I mean, it doesn't. If it's not for the title, what's the point?
Now, given the fact that, just like everybody mentioned, you're pretty much back in the title picture again. Recently, Islam announced his permanent move to 170 pounds. Is that a fight that could happen?
Absolutely. JDM is no slouch. Listen.
We got to get back to hold on, we got to get back to where that was. I lost the feed of the lost the feed of the press conference. Hold on a second, let me get the press conference back and running. Hold on. All right, here we go.
Number one, so let's not sleep on them too. It's gonna Carlos Prates, Sean Brady.
Okay, so he's naming
pound for pound, current pound for pound.
Recently, Islam announced his permanent move to 170
Okay,
pounds.
so they're asking about the move of Islam to
Absolutely.
170.
Absolutely. JDM is no slouch. Let's not look past JDM. I said that in his last fight, and he went out there and he showed you guys, don't look past him. He's very, very talented. Islam is extremely talented. I love Islam. I think him coming in makes that division a lot more interesting. So if he's able to get in there and get the wrestle that belt away from JDM, former pound for pound, current pound for pound, I mean, I think everybody wants to watch that. So, yeah.
Now, giving all these new names that have taken part in the 170-pound division, that are all like displacing the older guys, how a lot of people mention them. Is there a specific name that excites you more than others?
All right, let's do. Let me just go ahead and make the matchmaker for you guys. Buckley, incredible fights. Buckley can fight Ian Gary, or Buckley can fight
Ian Gary.
Carlos Prates. Sean Brady can fight Shavkat. Me, winner of Islam JDM. Simple.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What about Bilal?
Who?
Just one more. So do you predict that Islam would win?
They asked him about Bilal again. He's like, who? Man, straight dissed Bilal on that one.
In the 70 belt once that fight gets made?
I'm not predicting anything. All I'm saying to you guys is stop sleeping on JDM. He's very, very talented. Very, very talented. That's why he's the champion right now. So let's not sleep on him. Islam, of course, is pound for pound, number one. So let's not sleep on them too. It's going to be an interesting fight. I will be watching that fight, and I'll take the winner.
How big would a fight between you and Islam be? That would have to be like one of the biggest fights in the company, right?
Of course. When have we ever had former pound for pound and current pound for pound?
Yeah, and then that would be even bigger money for Ali Abdelaziz if you think about it, right? You know what I mean? Like both of his guys up in there. Yeah.
Just last year, who do you see taking the belt at 185?
At 185? Listen, I told you guys, don't sleep on Hamza. When he was fighting Robert Whittaker, everyone said, oh, yeah, Whittaker's going to get him. Hey, don't sleep on him. Hamza is extremely talented, extremely strong. He can shock anyone. But Dricus du Plessis, you can't sleep on him as well. He's the champion for a reason, taking out 3 champions back to back to back. So, hey, respect to all those guys. I respect every one of these fighters. You know, I know people at home were spectators and were fans, and they like to just kind of talk shit. Oh, he had a bad performance. He had a boring one. But, hey, you have to respect each and every one of these guys that's willing to get in here.
Yo, he's right about that, right? I think a lot of people take up too much when they, you know, disrespect fighters because of a bad performance and not really realizing the true nature of their capabilities or what they are going to do or what they can do.
You know, in little bitty gloves and damn near underwear and bare their soul in here. So you have to respect that.
So what ideal scenario would be Islam wins pound for pound, former pound for pound versus current pound for pound, go up to 185, and Hamzat wins, and then you get that one back?
Now you speaking my language.
So that's what he's looking to do. This is Kamaru Usman's career trajectory right now. He's looking to win the 170 belt with the winner of JDM and Islam, and then when Khamzat wins the 185 belt, guess what? They got a rematch for a champion versus champion fight, and Kamaru Usman is looking to be a double champion in that regard, or at least get a two-time championship at 170 and then get another one at 185 with Khamzat as the champion. It's a possibility. Look, he beat Sean Strickland, and Sean Strickland is a former world champion. It's possible.
Over here. DC and Henry Cejudo gave you a lot of praise after this win, calling it masterful and one of your best. So I'm curious, like, I know it's very fresh, obviously, and all the factors around it, but where do you kind of rank this one in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's up there because of just all the things that I was battling. You know, everyone talks about the age. Oh, he's 38. He's older. He can't do this. He can't do that anymore. So it's hard not to let it get to you. So just being able to get out there and show that I could still wrestle at 38. No matter all the comments about the knees, I can still wrestle. So respect that. Like I said, then we get back to throwing hands.
All right, congrats.
Thank you.
Hank Moore over here. So after this 2-year layoff, I bet, you know, you were going through a lot of things. I know this one is emotional for you. I talked to your teammate, Justin. He said that you address things with your body. And kind of going off of his question, what he asked earlier, is this the best version of Kamaru Usman?
I don't want to say the best version. Let's be honest. I'm 38, and I can still do it. So I think the best is yet to come.
Before you had fought Khamzat, you said your plan was to win the middleweight title, go down, win the welterweight title, and walk up in the sunset. Kind of flip, welterweight title, middleweight title, walk up in the sunset?
Yeah, let's just flip that. Yeah.
And then one more thing. So I'm from San Antonio, Texas. You live in Dallas, Texas. Can we confirm that H-E-B is the best grocery store of all time?
H-E-B?
H-E-B.
Over Kroger?
No way.
I live in Florida now, so over...
I have no idea what they are talking about. These are stores that are obviously only relevant to their version or their region of the country. So,
Publix?
Pub sub?
Thank you, boss. Congrats on the win.
Yes. Thank you.
Good? Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yes, sir.
all right. So that concludes Kamaru Usman's press conference right there. Guys, thank you so much once again tapping in for this live reaction. Also, the breakdown and a recap for not only the Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley main event, the whole full card of it also, but also covering one boxing fight that I was very interested in tonight, which was Kambosos versus Hitchins. I didn't get to watch it live. I got to watch it after the fact. It was great. But after all the fights were done tonight, we got to talk about some matchmakings and where these guys are going to go next, both on the boxing and the MMA side. Guys, that is all that I have for you right now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one, inshallah.